Hi, it's Bill coming at you from Santa Monica, California. Excuse me. Um, I finally surrendered on that other phone. There's certain things I just can't learn, and by the time I learn it, I'll lose it. I'll have to- So I just went and bought a new one. Hopefully, this one does a little better. And it's not the phone. That's not the problem. The problem is me, and I'm fully aware of it. By the time, and I know this because by the time I perfect a habit, and especially when it comes to electronics, whatever method it is that I perfected is outdated. It no longer works. Anyway, today was a today was a great day for me because I've had all sorts of revelations, I guess, and I mean they're they're kind of big, and they just keep coming at me. But I guess, for instance, the biggest one for today is that I'm not going to get upset about anything anymore. Uh, I figured it all out, and it's just the way everybody's trained. It's not a wonder everybody's that way. I finally got rid of it. I don't. If you don't like me, you don't like what I got to say, you disagree with me, whatever. I just don't care. Good. You're right. You're 100% right. Because in your mind, you're right for you. Why should I try and convince you you're doing it wrong? If you want to burn your... I'm sorry, the wind's blowing and it's kicking up needles. Oh, God. That's a new one I haven't had yet. I guess that means winter's coming here. I don't know if we call it winter here because I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I know it's winter because I can go skiing. I can be at the beach while I do it or make that decision. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Well, I could go water skiing too. So I guess yes. But anyway, I'm just not going to get it. It just doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to do exactly what I did with the storage place. I, I don't need to argue with them. And I'm not going to argue with the lawyer either. That's what I'm going to tell him. This is what you get paid for. And I've agreed on an amount. If he asks me anything other than when I got to show up, I'm going to tell him the rate's going to reduce. We agreed on this number for your services. If I got to be a part of your services other than what I already told you, we just negotiated too early. That's what I'm going to say. So, you know, it's that simple. The more I'm involved in that, we negotiated too early. You get my point. That's how I'm living my life from now on. And if you don't like it, I'll find somebody that can work with those terms. That's at this whole time, and all of us have been trained the wrong way. So, not me, not anymore. C'est la vie. The only person in the whole world that I have to answer to now is me. The only person other than that person passed away. That's it. So, I know there's people out there that are stuck with that other obligation or many more. I don't have them. I am none. I don't give up that about nobody or nothing or their opinion anymore, ever. None. And anyone that thinks otherwise knows that they don't have to worry about them because they know I love them. So that's how easy it is with me now. And if you don't like it, it's great. I hope I offended you long enough that we never have to be around each other, and that gives you some comfort. Because I can give you that. I'll offend you as hard as you want to be. And, just stand around long enough and I'll keep doing it. And I don't mean keep doing the same thing. I'll just keep adding to it until you get pissed enough to either kill me or walk away. Because the next time I see you, I'm just going to keep doing it till I'm dead. And that's not a threat, it's just a promise. And yeah, I just don't care. I really don't. If you've gone through everything I've gone through, I told you, for me to worry about dying isn't a threat anymore. There's no such thing. I just don't have any weird worries anymore, and I realized it today. So that's why I'm so happy. Now the reason that I say I had a bad day, because I don't even know what to call it anymore. Because I don't know what to call it. When I come up with it, I'll give it a name. But Jack's having a harder time than he did yesterday, and I wouldn't give him the money. I told him what he could do, how to do it. I told him everything. I'm not gonna lead him to it. Told him how disappointed I'd be in him, which I would be, and I'm not yet. I haven't seen him, and then I won't be until I see him. But he knows he's got to tell me the truth. So the next time I see him, I'll know. That could be a year from now. It might never be again. I don't know. But like I said, I did all I can do for him. That I'm morally on. I did all I can do morally acceptable to me. And that's all I can do. So that's such a wonderful, great feeling to feel that way. I don't have to worry about anybody, anything anymore. I have to worry about me. And I know not everybody has that, but somebody one day will get it. I mean, no matter who you are, unless you add to it. And if you're happy, then keep adding. That's the ticket. I know it now. I could write a book on it. I'm ready to write my book. Anybody out there that's a worthy writer that wants to write this book, it's a great book now. I mean, it's perfect. And we can make it any ending you want, which is a great thing because we could write the entire book factual right up to that last sentence, and then you could leave it up to whoever you want to make a final ending, and I can tell you what it will be because I just make it happen. It's that easy. I mean, if they want to see what happens to a guy that starts any company, anything, whatever it is, as long as it doesn't purposely kill me, I'll do it. So it could be a great ending to a very interesting book. So, but it has to be somebody that I like. I have two people in mind, but I'm not going to say anything to those two people. Because I think it might be coming close to when I'm going to say something. I feel that great about everything right now. I've never felt this good in my entire life. I can't speak for the day I was born, but I know that I had a lot of difficulty that day. So I probably am thinking that wasn't a good memory. So this is probably the best I've ever felt in my entire life. And for the longest time, I was holding all of that for Jamie. And when I realized it and said I was done, I told you, when I make a promise to myself, I make a promise to myself, and that's all I've been thinking about, how to make myself feel better. And I can now talk to Jamie about why I feel better. It's a whole new day. I don't have to forget her. I can talk to her about all sorts of new stuff. Now it's going to be great stuff that I feel wonderful about. I told I have more caseworkers than you can imagine. And I haven't told any of them any of this yet because I don't need them anymore. But they're part of the solution. They're part of the problem. If I wasn't lucky enough to somehow get through this, I'd just be in that system. And that's worse than horrible. And I told her that today. I told her today that I was done playing. So I'm going to be looking for a really, really, really good lawyer. And the first one I'm going to contact is Willie Gary out of Stuart, Florida. But I'm not talking to any one of his cronies. If somebody gets this in their front office somehow, I want Willie Gary himself. I know he's retired. Um, I've talked to him before. I used to live on the same road that, I don't know that he lives there anymore, but at the time it was when he bought it, it was an unfinished home, and it was white when he finished it. That's all I'm going to say. That's the guy I want to talk to in person. I know his son, I know he's retired, but I know his son is running the practice. I shouldn't say running it, but you know what I mean. He's in the practice, and I know his name is on the top. I don't want to talk with him. I'm talking to the father. Not for any particular reason. It's just I've already talked with Mr. Gary. That's who I want to talk to back. I don't want to have to recover all of the crap that I've gone through already, on top of the fact that I've now got brain surgery twice. Going on 3. So, I'd like to talk with him directly. And I'm not waiting on this to get to them. I've just been waiting for this day. Now I know. So I need to get in touch with him. So what else is there that I could sing? That's all of the crap I gotta do. I'm such a good mood. I want to talk about something fantastic. This could be a long night because I've been waiting for this forever. I'm sorry I'm getting all squished down, but that's how happy I am. I had no idea that Jamie's death would bring this feeling so early for me in my life. I would have gladly stayed as happy as I was with her if she survived. I would have waited for this, or I know I would have died before I ever felt this. I would trade that for her. But since she's already passed, and I'm feeling this wonderful, I know she's smiling. Sorry. So what did we do today that was funny? I'm sorry. Takes me a second sometimes. What did we do funny to? Oh, like I said, I had one of those days. Not a lot of it was all funny, but I try and make things into funny. Nothing about the Randy situation was funny. It's not Randy, I'm sorry. It's another person. Unrelated. He's the one I call my brother. But somebody was just talking to me about him earlier. Unrelated to anything. Excuse me. And I forget what I was talking about. It's stupid, I'm sure. What did I do that was funny today? I know today was one of those busy days where I didn't do all of the things I normally do to be laughing. I did make somebody's day this morning right off the bat. Uh, I had made a deal with Jack that, just help him keep off the whatever it is he's on. Uh, he asked me what about a beer. I said sure, but of course I forget because I quit. So we're walking past the place, and he says, "What about my beer?" I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I said, we'll go this way." I was telling him that you don't need to know that. Now I get what it's telling me. Oh, it's funny because okay. So we get the going to get the. That's what we do. So I'm going up the alley because I'd gone past the point. I had to go up the alley, if I gotta go up an alley, I probably actually walked further than I should have to get to the alley. I know I did now that I think of it. And then walked up the alley just because I hadn't been up it yet. While I'm walking up it, I look for everything. I found all sorts of stuff today. I found clothes that I need. Oh, I found a yardstick, broken yardstick, but it's still good from 1 inch to. It broke right at 24, so I can saw it off at 23.5 inches and still use it. So 23.5 inch ruler. Said the clothes I got. Oh, I found a Nintendo game. Oh, 2 highlighters. Oh, and the new phone holder. My old phone holder. This is the one I'm the happiest about. I'm wondering why it took me so long to remember it. Probably because it's being used. The other one worked really well, obviously. But it weighed, I swear to God, my backpack that I usually carry with everything that I have to carry, like my medication and stuff like that, if I'm leaving everything else behind, I pack it with all that when it's that packed. It weighs twice that much, literally, with my old phone carrier, but it was worth it to me. So, when we were wandering through there, I found this gizmo. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. I did some modifications to it, and I'll show you some other time. I'll do it before I start the next time. But it's perfect. I mean, none of the parts meet with each other or anything like that, but you can't even tell because each piece screwed in. I mean, it's like it was meant to do this. So I'm bragging. I am bragging on that. I'll brag. I'll tell you when I'm bragging. Wait till you see this thing. It's unbelievable. I'm so proud of myself. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it literally could be manufactured and sold. Because I'll show you all of the little stupid features. And people will see that. I swear to God, because I just finished making it. And I guess that's probably why I didn't show you yet. That makes perfect sense because I watched the sun go down and I know how long it looked. I use the tree as a clock. I know how long I can talk to you by the sun, and I look up at it. It's that stupid, but I know. At least it works. What was I saying now? Oh, my thing, yeah. So I swear, I promise you that I'll start tomorrow morning when I do my morning thing. Because if Jack doesn't come back, I mean, he knows the rules. I might see him there, but I'm gonna tell him I'm too busy to talk right now. I'm not gonna be rude. That's true. I'm gonna go back to my routine. and he that's he's not in that routine. If he wants to, it's got to be after that. So anyway, why am I babbling about that? I don't know. I can't remember. I know it was about my funny day. I know that. I was laughing at something. Oh, this stupid gizmo. Yeah. And, yeah. I promise when I get up to the park in the morning, I have to do this, downloading all this stuff that I usually do in the morning and use this little thing. A bunch of the people that, anybody, it doesn't, homeless or not, people I know, just people walking by, anybody at the park. And tomorrow's Saturday, so they'll be full. And I'll bet you people ask me where I bought that, and I'll tell them that story, and that's what I'll hear. You should pat that. I've heard this like a million times, and I'm like, this is just a junk I find that you people throw away, and they're looking at me like, ooh. I'm like, seriously, you know. What alley are you in? I'll tell you the stuff I picked up there and made something up. I don't say that because they don't want to know. They really don't want to know. I mean, I don't do it. I really don't do it on purpose. I honestly don't. I know it's going to sound like I do, but I don't. And just one example. When I lived in Florida, Stuart, where I had my salvage yard. Like a month after I bought the thing, downtown Stuart was getting remodeled. Yeah, revamped, because it was a real old fishing town, and now it's like a high-end glamour spot. It's right on the water. It's beautiful. And anyway, when they did all of that remodeling and stuff, a lot of the stores moved, and so I was buying stuff left and right. And the guy from a jewelry store had come in and wanted to sell his display cases and all this, that, and the other thing. And he had this cardboard box. I said, "What's in the box?" He said, "Oh, that's the old sign." He said, "When we opened the store, we didn't know about this law and blah, 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 X amount of square feet, something, doesn't matter. Anyway, some law he didn't pass, and he said his didn't fit. And so he had to order a new one. And so I said, "Are you selling that?" And he's like, "Yeah." He says, "I just want a price for everything." And I said, "Well, I'm telling you right now." I said, "It has your name on it, right?" And he says, "Yeah." I said, "To me, it's just a frame." And he's like, I understand. I said, "Well, it's like $5 to me, because, you know, somebody might buy it for the frame and hang it on a wall or something, but that's it." So, and then the rest of it, we made our deal, and that was that. So, I had Bobby. I think I've talked about him. Big guy, Bobby. I love him to death. And so I said, "Bobby, find out what that sign says." And I said, "If it's got any," I said, "I know it's got his name on it." I said, "Find out how to take that out, and at least get that out, so that somebody has a better idea of what they can do with it." And so that's what he's doing. And he comes out and he says, "There's these wires all through it." And I said, What do you mean wires through it?" And he said, "So it's got all sorts of wires and stuff." So I went in the back and I looked at it, and it's all light bulbs and fluorescent. It's a illuminated sign. And the guy never told me that. Not that it would have mattered much to me. I'd have still said $5, because it doesn't matter to me. To me, I think $5 is too much, because I'm thinking aluminum frame. You know, that's what I'd pay for a $5 sliding shower thing. But it has the head rail and base, so I know I can get $5 plus out of it for scrap. But I don't take the really scrap. I take ones that I can resell, and after a month, if they're not sold, scrap. And I don't lose money. I make a little money. The ones I do make money on, I make money on. And why am I babbling again? Sorry. So Bobby, I know they. Gotta remember what story I'm telling. Him and Bobby and I go so far back. Oh, the sign. So he says, come and look at it. So I go out and look at it. I told him, I said, Bobby, all that is an illuminated sign. He says, well, what do you want to do with it? I said, we had it was like, I think it was like 1,200 square foot office, I called it. And, but it was my showroom, one little office, a cash register, and my counter space. I think a checkbook would barely fit on it. That's my counter. And well, that's the amount that showed. It was 12 feet long. It was covered with everything you could think of. But it still is. I'm sure it is. And sorry, my nose itches. Anyways, so this guy comes in. First time I ever met him. This is a long story. I'm only going to give this part, but as I see these, well, I haven't been seeing them much lately, so I'll try and remember it because this is a good story. Or maybe I'll just keep telling it until it runs out. Oh, yeah, I could do that. I can do that. No, I don't know. I'll think about it. And so I said, Bobby, just put it out there in the showroom, and he always asked me price. I said, Bobby, I said, I have no idea. I said, you know the deal. I always told him, I said, if I'm not here, just make up a price. I said, whatever you get for it, I don't care. You know, if you lose money, then we're going to talk about it. If you make great money, then I'm going to leave you alone. If you make what I would have made, then you're fine. I'm not going to stress over it. So, so it's like a week later, literally a week, and I'm off doing something, and I'm sure I had a cell phone, but it's back when they were expensive, so I doubt I had him calling me unless it was real important. And I get back to the office, and he says, I got somebody that's got questions about that frame. I'm like, what frame? This is before my brain injury, mind you. Now I wouldn't even. What are you talking about? But anyway, that's the stuff I think about that makes me funny. Me think I'm funny. I know I'm not funny, but see, I get all flustered when I get thinking stupid things about myself. So he says, he tells me what frame. And I said, well, who is it? He says, here's his number. So I call him. He says, what do you want for the frame? I said, well, you know what it is, right? Yeah, of course. And I give him the whole explanation. I said, I honestly don't know. I said, what do you want? What are you offering? And he says, well, you obviously know what it is. And I said, yeah, of course I know. And, you know, I know because I installed them. I never paid for one. I mean, we pay for them, but you know what I mean? I just install the thing. It's already ordered when I get to it. So he says, I'll give you $500. I said, I didn't say that. I'm in my mind. I'm saying this. I said, $500. And I said, I'm shaking my head thinking, seeing what he's willing to get to, you know. and, and he said, he says 750. That's all I'll do. I said, that's it. And he said, yeah, that's all I'll do. I said, do I have to load it? He says, no. He says, I don't know I'll ever come back here. You're killing me. I said, all right. I said, okay. I said, you get it out of here. I said, that's a done deal. I said, pay Bobby in there. I'm all back trying to get the smile off my face because I didn't say anything. I'm not going to steal it. I mean, I wouldn't, if he'd have said, if he'd have forced me to make a price, I would have said, hey, give me $15 because I will always try and triple my money. So I'd have said $15. I'd be happy. But I'm always going to say, well, make an offer. It's just how I am. That's my offer. now I know what it's worth to him. That's not being unfair to me. I will get every cent I can out of you if you're going to tell me what you're willing to pay for it. And I'm telling you right now that I will do it. So, how you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Thanks. Sorry. So, anyway, so Bobby comes back with, I told you this, and this story goes on forever. It's funny. Every time it's funny. Funnier. So, I mean, it really does get funny. So, I'm going to just keep telling him because I love this story. I mean, I've told this to the guy that I did this to after. And he still bought me dinner, and we sat and laughed for hours. That's how funny this is. So, we, believe me though, it's going to be hard because I'm going to tell all sorts of little side stories that I don't need to tell to get to the end story. And as I catch on, it is helping me get better at it. So I do apologize for that part. Like that right there is an explanation. I can accept those. Babbling about something about it that doesn't really get us to the end is foolishness. Like that is babbling right there. So, where was it? Okay, yeah. So, but I always at the end of every deal, always at the end of the deal is just leaving out. I always say, is that we good? Fair deal for you is how I always say it. Are we good? Fair deal for you. And if they nod and I say, it's a fair deal for me. Thank you. Always, always, always. And, if they make me put out a price, I'm always going to say yes. So, it always, when they ask me that, I know that I left money on the table. But if they, I'm giving away that secret, but it's tough to get me to do that. So, because I'm gonna start the number somewhere. It ain't gonna be what I want, because that gives you a starting point. That's all I need. So it's you're better to say I'll give you, $100 if you're trying to get it for $75, because I'm gonna get you there one way or another. I know how to do it. I've been doing it. I own a salvage yard. If you can outsmart me with it, you deserve it. How's that? This is another friend I've met. She drives over here. I don't know why. She's got a really nice car. She's very pleasant. She gets out, sits in the sun, and I don't know what she does because it's none of my business. But I am getting used to the phone still. But this one for me has been so much easier. And so, where was I? It'll come back to me in a second. So in the so Bobby, I had the guy on purpose go and give Bobby the money, and the guy's carrying the sign out because it's just an aluminum frame. It's just the only heavy part are the I forget what they're called, but you've all seen them. They're black boxes that are like that big, and they've got the wires out of them to heat the light bulbs. I forget what their capacity. No, maybe I can't. It doesn't matter. But anyway, that's all that's in there, and the sign was like 5 foot by 3 foot, 3 by 5, I mean 5 by 3 or 5 by 4. I can't remember. Anyways, it's good size, but very light. That's all he's carrying out, handing Bobby all that money. And Bobby's watching the whole thing, and I'm back there literally laughing to myself. And now I want to see Bobby's expression, so I got to get my face on, so I'll try and do it, but I'm not gonna bother because this is funny. But anyway, I get my game face on, so I'm serious again, messing around with nothing that matters, making it look important. Bobby comes out and he says, "What's all this money for?" I said, "What money?" He said, "That guy just gave me the money, and all he's carrying is that frame." I said, "Well, how much you give me?" And he holds out all this money to me. I said, "Wow." He said, "He gave you all that, and that's all he took was that frame?" I said, "What you say to him?" He says, and he knows me. That's when I could see the smile on his face, and he says, "What did you do?" I said, "I didn't do nothing." I said, "All you did is open the box, take the plastic off, and told me that it had electrical wire." I said, "So take half of that and give me half." She says, "What are you doing?" I said, "You found out that I had that in it and told me." And I said, "That I did the rest." I said, "The $5 I bought for it, paid for it, I'll eat that." I said, "So 50-50. And he's looking at me like I'm kidding. I said, "No." I said, "That's the deal." I told you when I leave. That was the deal. You ran the shop. That's the deal. He says, "But you pay me when I'm running the shop." I said, "Yeah, but you did all of the deal." And he said, "No, you did the final deal." I said, "I asked you to, but you got the contact and it came together." I said, "That's a deal, 50-50. How else am I supposed to look at it?" He thinks he was working for me. I said, "You are working for me, but you made that deal come together." I said, "If you weren't here, if I didn't trust you, I would have had to lock the gate." I said, "So, yeah, I trust you enough to run my store. But that deal is because of you. So, when I leave, you're 50-50. I never said that to him, but the first time it came through, I'm not going to do it for every nickel and dime. It's too time consuming. But at the end, I always paid him well, and he never had a problem. And I always made sure he knew. He could always tell me if he needed money. He always said, "I'm not going to say anything." He says, "This is the easiest job I've ever had in my life." I said, "Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, because that's what it's supposed to be." That's who runs it now. And everybody always asks me, because it's cash money. "Don't you worry." I said, "Worry about what?" "Oh, he might steal from you." I said, at this point, he's stealing from himself. He doesn't even know it. I said, when I die, all of it goes to his family anyway. So I don't give a shit. What do I care? What little he sends me is... I don't care. I got nothing to leave to anybody anymore. Nothing. Nobody. I finally found something. And everything is spoken for. So all he's gonna get from me is me. I already told him to start thinking about what he wants to do with his life. And financially, I'll help if we have to, but I'm not gonna make it easy on him. I'm gonna do it the same way I've done every other thing in my life. You know, I've tried to do the same thing with everybody. And I mean, if anybody's out there that wonders why I don't talk to them anymore, I've given everybody's ample opportunities. And it's not that I don't love them. I'm not going to search them out. I made it clear how I felt, and that's that. You know, I'm sure that they're confused on their end, but I think I talked about my brother. My brother wouldn't be where he's at if I didn't make the incentive. I didn't talk about the whole thing. I could. Well, if I haven't talked about it, I should, because he probably doesn't know, but I can tell him. It's, I went through a rough period, and but he doesn't know what the rough period is. But I wanted to see his reaction, and he didn't react very well. And when I tried to pay him back money, he forgot about all of the things I had done for him. He gave me the money to help me as part of the test I was testing him on, and he failed pretty bad. Far worse than I ever expected. Doesn't matter. He's already taken care of, and we're so close in age. I know from my injuries that I'll die before everybody. Maybe not my father, but I mean, you can't. I mean, I don't have any known illness that's going to kill me, but you can't live my lifestyle, have 2 brain surgeries. I don't know how much, I don't know the weight of the amount of brain that they took out, but I continued to drink heavy for almost 3 years. Probably more than 3 years. I drank heavily even after the brain surgery, so I'm sure there's more damage there. And I got one more brain surgery to do. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That will be, the drain. And they tell me that it's far from perfect yet. The surgery I'm not worried about. The performance of it I am. I'm not worried about it. It's to me, it's still worth the risk. Because they had to put I had to have a drain put in my spine at the base. And more or less it looked like a valve. That's exactly what it looked like. You know, the one you'd have on a gas tank to a motorcycle? I had one. And the nurse would come in. This is the bummer part. The nurse would come in for just over 2 days. Well, 20 or 48, 50, somewhere around 58 or between 50, well, let's say 56 to 60 hours. So 60 times. Every hour, the nurse would come in And wow, it's amazing I can remember that. I don't know why I'm gonna have to think about that. Why I can remember that. But anyway, it was on this. It'd be on my right side, in my spine, though. Well, it's probably not accurate. Well, no, it's part of the spine. Yeah, it's just as it's probably what they call it, a herniated. No, well, yeah, probably. I don't know. You know how a spine looks. It's not the round part. It went through the part that didn't connect, the part that makes it spine. Spin, bend. Uh, it went through that little section there, and then they drain it every hour for, like I said, roughly that amount of times. Unfortunately for me, when they did it, what caused that was I had it's not a fainting spell. I get disoriented, and it comes on so quick that I fall. And that's the first time that it's ever happened to the point where I didn't have the ability to react fast enough to put my hands down. We've gotten it much better. It's, like I say, I'm a walking experiment. But sorry. Oh, that's what it's saying. Yeah. So that's all they were looking for was the to cure that, not cure it, what it benefited it or not. And that's the only thing they looked for. But I personally noticed a lot of differences, memory-wise. I think I've mentioned my eyes are all messed up. This one's permanently dilated, and they don't really communicate with each other. They're not cross-eyed or anything like that. I mean, I still focus normal. My glasses are very... I think I said, my doctor told me that they're the most unique prescription he's ever filled. I think he's how he put it, which was probably a fair and kind way of putting it. But that isn't the first time I've heard that either. You should see what the poor dentist had to do. Oh, God. I don't even want to know what they're still figuring out the throat, because it still happens, and it's happening more often now, is I cough. It's getting worse, though. It's not like a cough. Well, I guess it is. It's just it's a heavier cough from the same thing, swallowing the wrong tube only. Mine's not, well, I guess whatever you want. It's just me swallowing. As often as it happens, it's just me swallowing. So whatever they gotta do to... I don't know what it is. They don't know what it is yet. That's what one of the... Why do I feel like I just... Oh, it's Friday. No, next week. It got rescheduled. I knew I missed an appointment, but it was rescheduled for next week. So they're gonna do... I don't know which one it is. My head or my throat. Or both. They can do them both at the same time. I don't know if they did that or not. Because I asked, that's probably what they did. I'm just babbling. I'm sorry. What was I talking about? I don't know. Wow, Jesus. Look at how long this is. I'm just going to stop it now anyway. Oh, hi, John Taffer. If I didn't say it, by now I've forgotten. I didn't realize how long this was getting. Hi, John Taffer, and guess that's all I'm going to say for now. Have a great night, everybody. Be safe, be happy, and be healthy. Bye-bye.